Matt Lenihan for Boxing Social, in association with William Hill and Empire Fight Store. I'm delighted to be joined by legendary trainer Freddie Roach. Freddie, it's been a while. First off, before we talk fight week, how's things? Everything going well?
Everything's good. Jim's busy. Work. Okay, one of my guys on the show, and to be on a show like this is really a fun place to be. Because there's gonna be some great crowds out there, people from all over the world.
I spoke to Giovanni Cabrera this week. He seems in good spirits, very confident young man. Talks about going in there and doing his dance. How do you manage him through what is the biggest fight of his career? Is it important to make sure mentally he's in a good place as well as just physically?
Definitely. Giovanni sometimes he lets that childness in him get away with it, but I gotta be really serious with him when I'm doing the mitts with him, and really good. But he's working with the mitts very well though, and he knows he's fighting a shorter opponent. Everyone says the guy's bigger. I says bigger. I said, where's he bigger, in the stomach? I said, he's about 4.5 inches short, and I told him, you can beat this guy if you beat him down the middle. I said right down the middle, the 1-2-1-2, and the 1-1-2 short hook, and we've been working on this for 2 months now, and he has done very well, and all his sparring partners, and they kind of hate sparring with him because again he's still hard to figure out. It's in the gym still, and I sometimes I think maybe he has trouble himself.
Well, look, it's a huge fight for him, and a win here against Isak Cruz opens some big doors, a potential fight with the likes of a Giovanni Davis. Move on, get your opinion on the main event. Errol Spence, Terence Crawford. The fight for undisputed, but also in many people's eyes, the fight for who's pound for pound number one. First off, do you agree that whoever wins this is pound for pound number one? And who do you give the edge to?
No, not because they're not like in the Sugar Ray Leonard era yet. I don't feel. And but they are good fighters, and Errol Spence is probably a little bit of a better puncher, but I like Crawford to win the fight. He's a very good boxer. He's he knows what to do, and then with the first, second, third round, he'll make a couple of switches, turn southpaw, righty, and just to get a feel for his opponent, and then he'll decide what he's more comfortable with, and then from that point on, he'll box his ass off. And he's a good boxer, and it's very funny because I sat with him in the Hall of Fame dinner last week. And he says, how come you call me a bum sometimes, and sometimes you say I'm the greatest fighter out there? I said, because sometimes I forget your name.
Oh, wow.
No, to have a lot of fighters in your training camp and a lot of work with a lot of guys, sometimes the names get a little mixed up.
Absolutely. Is that what gives him the edge for you, that versatility? You've just mentioned there he'll switch a few times. Is that the key in this fight? The fact that we all sort of, I think, know what Errol Spence is about, but we saw Terence in with Sean Porter, and he had that moment where he went, right, now's the time to turn it up. Is that what pips him in this fight?
It is, but the thing is it really depends on, is it the right time or is it the wrong time? Because he has to make that move when he finds it available, and that he can take advantage of it. And if he does that correctly, like he usually does, he will have success. But the thing is, if he doesn't do it correctly, though, Spence might be all over him with big punches. Because Spence is he can knock you out with one punch also, But the best thing about this fight, though, is it's two of the best fighters in the world fighting each other, and this is what I like about the sport. This is what it will keep boxing going for sure.
Absolutely. I've just got to get your opinion on a couple of other fights before we let you go. Anthony Joshua, Dillian Whyte. this is apparently a fight that's going to lead to him going to Saudi to fight Deontay Wilder. What do you make of that fight, and what do you make of his chances against Deontay Wilder?
It's I love his chances, and I think it's the best fight in the best, and it's a great fight to watch. So when we have great fights on TV, we will put that TV on. There's no doubt about that. I'm a big boxing fan, and I'm a big boxing fan of both guys because they're both very good. One is a big, strong guy.
Can I get you one last question? In boxing right now, apart from this fight we're going to see on Saturday, what's the one fight that you want to see? That if you could put any two together right now, there's lightweight divisions stacked, welterweights, one fight right now you could put together. Anyone.
Pacquiao in the winner.
Well, look, Freddie, I appreciate your time.
Me and his wife will get mad at me for saying that.
You're trying to drag him back out.
No, 'cause I talked to Manny on the phone, and he wants to fight one more time.
He wants to fight one more time?
He does.
Against, not an exhibition, a professional fight?
He wants the real fight.
Who right now, though, could he fight?
We have... I haven't let him choose anyone yet, but the thing is, it's just his heart has. He said he wants one more fight, and then his wife calls me up and says, "Don't let him fight, don't let him fight." And I try to be on her side and so forth. But like when a man in the sport wants to fight, sometimes he's gonna fight. I agree with you. He's gonna fight, and you know who? It doesn't matter, because you know what? If I'm his trainer in that fight, I will make sure he's at his best to be in a great fight.
Could he drag Floyd back out?
Maybe. I hear Mayweather in a rematch and stuff, but like Mayweather, he's a good boxer and all that, but he's a little bit boring to watch. Sorry.
Well, look, Freddie. Is he big? Mayweather fan?
He's my friend, So, I mean, I remember when I used to train him when he was a little kid. I did. When he was 5 years old, I used to train him.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, look, Freddie, I appreciate your time. Thanks for talking to Boxing Social. It's always good to hear from you for the UK, and we'll catch up soon.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.